arms from from the outside looking in. They don't quite understand the mental game that goes behind it. They just look at it as a game where they're players in a 3D arena with different special abilities. They don't quite understand or get a grasp of what's going on, but to them they don't think there's much forethought that goes into it. But ARMS, there's a lot you have to consider, man, and it's really fun seeing how the meta's going to develop in the coming months.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that as well. Meanwhile, we have M4Kos on the other side representing Min. Starting off the bat, we saw him busting out Springman as well in a previous set as a counter pick, but to my knowledge, maining Min. Here from SoCal versus NorCal. Rice being from NorCal.
Absolutely. I'm loving this color Min, by the way. Bubblegum Min with both Rams on both sides. And if we see M4Kos get a grab on Rice, we will see the left arm get fully charged, which makes the arm girth quite large. The biggest in the game.
Yeah, D1, I'm actually shocked that they went to Spring Stadium to start off because Min wants a bigger stage so that she can back up, charge her Dragon Arm, and have that at the ready. But on Spring Stadium, she doesn't really have too much time to charge when they're just like in the heat of the fight.
Exactly, which forces M4Kos to have to be a little more aggressive. And look at how you see Rice already going for that rush. You have to keep swinging. Oh, we have a disabled arm on the left side, but already recovering is M4Kos.
M4Kos doing an amazing job avoiding the attacks, but now we have that 50-50 coming in. He sees the cooler incoming, so he tries to deflect it from the left side. Nice evasion, avoiding the grab. He's trying to close the distance by using his parry to get up closer to him.
And I love how Rice is just showing no fear right now to M4Kos because he understands that he has a lot of health. He's going to keep on swinging. If he gets caught by rush, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, Min's looking pretty hurt right now. He's looking at less than 50 health. One more swing is going to close it out. You see him searching for these swings, but he's also becoming super aggressive, starting to corner Rice.
Yeah, but Rice still with less than half health right now. A sliver of health left right now from M4Kos. M4Kos trying to see if he can just keep this man Rice cornered, just like you said. But there comes the rush, countering the grab attempt by M4Kos. Amazing job, Rice, taking the first round.
Rice didn't want to take any risks saving that rush for round 2. He just wanted to close it out. He saw that the momentum was starting to shift in out of his favor, so he just spammed the rush, got it out of the way, and now it's to secure round number 1.
I absolutely love how these players dance before the match starts, and here it is. We already see the ice loop, just like you were mentioning. He'll just keep trying to open up those 50-50 opportunities, and I love how also Rice doesn't really try too hard to go for fully charged quick steps. He'll just get one, and then he'll get a charge, right? A small little charge, and go for one quick step. He doesn't want to get too predictable in his movement.
He's trying, yeah, exactly. He's just trying to keep you guessing on where he's going to go, and he has a very good jump without a charge. Nice deflect into the rush, but unfortunately, we see a dodge from M4Kos going to the right, narrowly avoiding the rush.
Yeah, but we have a little bit of trouble right now from M4Kos' arm as long as we see, never mind, the arm has recovered. Nope, there's trouble again. Rice could just keep up the pressure, so he can at least disable one of the arms there, giving him a free opportunity to follow up. Well, not 100%, of course.
Yeah, of course. And I'm noticing that Rice is trying to play this keep away game. He's chilling back, throwing away these projectiles, trying to keep as much distance as possible away from Min. But Min, coming in with all these Rams, playing such an aggressive gameplay, knocking away an arm to get a second hit, but he's super low on health. He still has a rush. He's wide open for it if he attempts to go for it while he was in mid-air.
But as we see, Rice just keeps on attacking and builds up enough rush.
I mean, he had to. He had to go for the rush because he was already swinging. There's no way he could have canceled that into a block, so he had to. One option he could have done was use rush and then immediately go into a block to just protect himself from those attacks. You can cancel any of your movement with a rush, and then you can go into block and just try to block the attacks. It's worth a shot, but I guess he thought that he could beat it out.
Man, what an exciting match. I love the fact that Rice just noticed that he was in a situation where M4Kos did have rush, he didn't, and he said, all right, I'm just going to keep on building that meter by swinging, being as aggressive as possible until I get that opportunity to just open up and open up my opponent with a rush, and he got it right there. So 1-0 right now with Rice over M4Kos. And you did mention that M4Kos has another character?
Yes, he has a Springman, which he might bust out. I know he's probably debating it as well as his stage. Okay. I believe they have to pick the characters first and then the stage. And by the way, for those at home, top 8 is best 3 of 5. So there is going to be 3 of 5 sets for the rest of the tournament. So even if we've been used to 2 out of 3 for the past 4 hours, but now we're in for the long haul. And we're going straight to Ribbon Ring with the counter pick. Springman.
Oh man, a lot more breathing room on this stage. I want to see what's going to happen because we've seen Rice with a lot of space. If he wants to, he'll kick back and just keep wailing on you with that Coolerang and the Slamamander, forcing you to have to get inside. So here it is, already using the Shockwave so that he can get rid of any attempts of Rice trying to, mount some kind of an offense. Keep an eye on that toaster, though. A lot of damage on it so far, and I love Rice's movement. He's not quite just keeping his back to the corner. He sometimes even sneaks in towards center for a little bit, then pushes his opponent out so that he can kind of get the stage presence that he needs in order to keep on mounting that more pressure and getting more meter.
We have a nice chase coming from Rice, going to the right, expecting him to dodge right, and lands the grab. Going into another attack barrage. Rice is, once again, just chilling back, throwing out all these attacks while M4Kos is just struggling to get in, and he just can't find an opening.
Oh my gosh, and right there, it's just Rice so fast at building a meter. He manages to get that attack. And one thing I wanted to mention, there was one moment where Rice tried to preemptively go for swings that would catch a sidestep, and we did see M4Kos just go straight forward and get the toaster punches in there. I'd like to see him focus a little bit more on that in the second round.
And we have a change up of the arm selection, opting to go for the tri-bolt to try to use the stun to help himself land a grab or a toaster punch right afterwards.
I like that, but we're going to have to watch out because this is a light arm, so if he goes head-to-head with the Coolerang or Slamamander, it might prove unsuccessful unless one of the other hits manages to get it.
But he's starting to find an opening, landing the tri-bolt into the toaster punch combo.
That's like one of the most interesting things about the multi-shot arms, the fact that, yes, it may lose to a medium or heavy, but if there are other arms that manage to just sneak a right on by, you will get those hits in. Here it is, 170. The only one with 170 damage on the grab is Kid Cobra. Yes. Oh, and it looked like Rice tried to probably go for a bait, manages to still catch the opponent, releasing his shield. And there's a lot of damage right now on that shield. Look at that, it's like yellow.
It's like yield. Yield your right arm.
Yes, when I see yellow, I definitely tell myself to slow down. Then again, maybe not, because I like to move rather fast in video games and in my car.
Well, M4Kos is moving pretty fast here. He's trying to charge in yet again, trying to push him against the wall. We have the comeback factor coming into place when Springman's below 25% health. He gets a special ability that keeps his arms permanently charged, so it always has the effects, and it's coming into effect, increasing even more damage with the toaster. But once again, Rice closing out game number 2.
I'm very surprised at how much M4Kos loves to sit on his meter. The man has rush. He notices that Rice was in a situation where his back was to the corner. Also, notice how Rice's playstyle changed when his right arm was rather damaged. You notice that he started evading more. And when this happened, instead of trying to capitalize on that opportunity and possibly opening up the opponent with a rush, we just saw M4Kos he kept on missing, actually, because you saw the way Rice was using that impressive jump that Kid Cobra has. His jump goes such a great distance when you're in the air, allows you to avoid many attacks. So right there, instead, Rice, noticing that his opponent wasn't going to unleash rush, he said, you know what, I'm just going to jump in here and go for this one attack, and he managed to just stop Springman in his tracks. So the question I have for you is, what will M4Kos do now? If you were in his shoes, do you think that he did better with Min or with Springman?
I honestly feel like he did better with Min, or Rice just started adapting even more to his playstyle and just kind of had a thing for it. Yes, he is opting to go back to Min as we're going to another change of scenery, Mausoleum. Pretty much kind of like the if it wasn't for the trampoline in the middle, it'd probably be one of the most neutral stages in the game. It's just a circle. It's an arena.
Yeah.
But the middle there can be broken if you get grabbed and smacked into it twice.
Wow, and opening up immediately with the grab is Rice, playing no games here. I'm loving it. And look at that. We have M4Kos. He's in trouble. He might get a disabled arm very soon. Rice not letting up the pressure. Just a couple quick steps here and there just to make it difficult for Min to get an attack. Nice. I like the guard cancel dash right there. But we have a fully charged Dragon Arm from Min.
Yeah, the Dragon Arm is going to increase the size of the Ram as well as make it constantly have the fire effect on.
Yes, and that arm girth, let me tell you, matching, who is it, Master Mummy, just so scary. Also, who else has really big arm girth? Kid Cobra?
I think it's Kid Cobra.
Oh, look at him. He's right there on the screen.
Yeah, his arms are right there.
What a ridiculous character. I love it. Here it is. Anyway, I love the decision that they made to make it really difficult for his regular dash to be very good, of course, But as we speak about that, Rice telling us to keep our eyes on the match because he just took that round in record time.
It looks like he's trying to speedrun this bracket on the loser side of top 8. this could be M4Kos' ride home, 7th place finish, unless he can change up his strategy. You see him switching between the arms. He's trying to, like, think about, should I change to different arms? Should I try the megawatt?
Oh, I love it. Oh, but so he had the right idea there. He had a rush, wanted to go for a grab, and if the opponent dodged it, then he could have went for a quick rush cancel. Didn't quite work out for him.
Nah. We see, I like that he like jumped on the the second the trampoline appeared, he pushed the jump button on the trampoline to jump, get even more distance, more height against his opponent.
And I love the way M4Kos is playing now. He's walking towards the opponent, not quite committing to any dashes. He just wants to see if he can be able to get inside of Rice. Will he be able to get inside with all of these arms that are coming his way?
And M4Kos is just struggling against all these attacks. They're just coming in, slapping him left and right. Try to get that confirm off of the hit, but he's a little bit too far away for that rush to connect. He opts to go for the deflect kick in order to try to save his shield at the end of the rush.
Yep, and there it is again. I'm loving how he's just canceling the guard with that dash yet again. Oh, but we have one arm down. He can't go for a free grab because one arm is still active. Here it is. The Ram-Rams, they're back out again. Arms are back to normal health. The shield is coming back as well. M4Kos has to keep on being aggressive to allow that shield to come back. Gets the knockdown right there.
Things are looking bleak for M4Kos. He just can't close the distance. He needs to get in there right now, but every single time he tries to get close, a rush is coming out, and that's going to be the set. Rice taking it with a 3-0 decided victory.
Yes.
Decisive.
Beautiful stuff right there by Rice, keeping the Kid Cobra dream alive, while M4Kos was just having a really hard time understanding when can he go for the rush. Just sitting on rush time and time again, noticing the fact that Rice is just keeping all these arms out, leaving the poor Min outside of any opportunity to just get any hits in there. Pretty difficult, if I might add, but it is possible.
If you don't know the matchup, it can be really tough. I feel like M4Kos didn't quite know what to do against the arms because he was using both curve-type weapons. Coming in from the sides, never really knew what direction he was going to come from, trying to shield and try to parry. I feel like he wanted to do a little bit more shielding and then parry to move forward and then try to get a grab afterwards.
One thing I wanted to see, too, was usage of the Dragon, right? Knowing how Rice was kind of playing a ranged game with him, he probably would have been able to see if he can just use that sweeping laser to get an opportunity to nail a hit right there on Rice. But instead, just falling back on the Ram and not even using the Megawatt, which I do understand if you go for like the guard cancel dash, you know, once the opponent blocks the Megawatt, it just kind of like sits there a little bit, and you know, a lot of people say it's really easy for them to parry the attack. So I kind of understand why he didn't want to go for it, but it can go through the medium arms, you know, if you wanted to be preemptive and try to thwart any attempts from Rice.
Congratulations.